Hello everyone, in this video I will be discussing through the basic terminal command that you need to know, because if you are new to Linux you need to know the terminal, and if you don't know about the terminal, actually there's no point of using Linux, because Linux is basically most people use the terminal obviously. So first of all, opening a terminal is very simple. If you are a menu system, here, where you can click here and search for terminal. Okay, so I will search for my terminal and it will open my terminal. Okay, so first of all, various terminal emulators, or I think so basic various shells looks different. This is the bash shell. I don't think so I've customized it, and ZSH don't actually, it is a bit more minimal, and but I've customized ZSH as ZSH is my main shell. So but I use bash, because most systems include bash as their default shell. So at this basically I don't think so is there any difference, but for the sake I am using bash today, because I have various aliases set which are not generally set in other distributions, so the various output may vary. So first of all, what we will do, we will write a command. So we can write ls. What ls does, it tells what directories and folders are not folders, directories and files are on your current directory. So I'm currently in the home directory. How can I know this? I can know this by this little tilde sign which is above the tab key. This symbol, so that's easy to find. So but first of all, that are not all the files. Okay, that are not the only files that you can find in your home directory. First of all, how I know this? Yes, this tilde sign let me know that I'm in the home directory, but another command also let us know. pwd tells us in which directory are you in currently, and it is telling me I am in my home directory, and it is showing my username. If you have a different username, it will show your username, but just for sake it has the I am in the home directory currently. So how do I change directories in my folder? So first of all, if I want to go in my wallpaper directory, so I will write cd wallpaper. Don't misspell it, otherwise it will not detect it, and don't misspell it. If I do, you can see I'm in the wallpapers directory currently. You can also see by pwd, it is showing I'm in the home and slash forwarded by wallpapers directory. So you can see I'm in the wallpapers directory. If I do an ls, there are almost 305 files currently. So actually there's a lot, so I can okay, I didn't tell you that if you write cd, you are back in the home directory. I'm very sorry. You are back in the home directory. If you write cd dot dot, you are in the previous directory. Actually it's a home directory here, so it doesn't make any sense. So if you want to clear the terminal, because it's a lot messier right now, you can write clear, or there's another shortcut command for that, which is Control L. So you can also write I've told you about the clear command, but if I write something like pwd and I want to clear my terminal, you can also press Control L. It will work. Now I can cd into my home directory right now. Actually I was in the home directory, so I have no problems right now, but if you have any problems in that, you can just do it. So first of all, this is the terminal. I have to I don't know, I have minimized. So so now we will do another command. So I will do ls, but actually these are not all the complete files. So if I open my basic file manager, you can see some of the files which are actually starting with a dot symbol. You might not see them because they're hidden. If you press Control H, because it is mostly in the various file managers installed in Linux. If you press Control H, you can see files which are started from dot. So how can I do it? You can press you can type ls -a, which will direct all the files which are on your current directory. So it will see me the dot android are currently dot config and doom.d. it has many files, so you can see that also. There's a many other ways to see that. If you want to see in a long way, you can type ls -l. It will see in the long listing directory, but it is not showing the files which are starting from a dot. So you can type ls -la. It will see all the directories files which are starting from dot also, and also the normal directories also. So basically I have set this at my zsh shell. So if I open my zsh shell basically and type ls, so it actually opens my ls -la. So I hope you have understood this, and it is not very complex. If you feel I'm teaching a bit fast or slow, you can fast forward, slow forward, as you think, as you wish. So I will clear the terminal by Control L, and now if I want to create a new file, just for instance I can create a new file like file. So I will do a type touch and file.txt on any file array extensions and press enter and run ls again. You can see now I have a file.txt. Now I can open it in any text editor. I know Vim a lot. I'm not very familiar with Nano, but if you write Nano file.txt, you can see that it is Nano, and oops, there's no insert word in it. I can type hello I am Linux left or left Linux, whatever, and so I can just type hello and Control X to exit, and it is saying me to modify this to so yes, and press enter. So it will modify the file. Now if I want to see the file content here, which is you can see by you can see like this also by opening in a text editor. But if you want to just not open a text editor, you can see by writing cat file.txt. So I didn't tell you about the tab key. So what I'm doing, I don't think so I told you. So basically what the tab does, if I write cat or any command and type file, so I think so there's no thing which is starting with F, so I can safely press the tab key. Yeah, you can so see file.txt. If I press the tab key, it actually saves a lot of time. If the command is very big lengthy, you can do the tab key, or if you want you can type it also if you have a great typing speed. So first of all you can see it is hello, but I don't have inserted any line because so it is showing like this also. So I can open a text editor and let me just insert a file. Okay, Control X, and I'm not familiar with this text editor, so you can see hello and I have inserted a line. So for the sake of cleanliness, so I will press Control L and do an ls again. You can see file.txt. Now if I want to create a folder or a directory, you can do mkdir test. Test is the directory name. You can name the directory or folder with any name. So I'm making just a test. So actually I made a test directory actually. So I don't know what I have put in the test directory. I think so I was practicing with the git kind of thing. Yeah, so I can remove that thing later, but cd new test, if I write sorry, I don't have created new test. So if I write mkdir new test, it will create a new test directory. So if I write ls, you can see new test directory here. You can see some changes there, that this is a file and this is a folder with the color also. So colors are great indication for telling if it is a file or folder, because there are some files that doesn't have any file extension by default, so you can't see that, but from the colors you can see. So every different terminal emulator have different color schemes, so don't mind if this is not blue, white and other things. Okay, so so I have created new test directory that's here. So I can do a cd in that and create a new file like hello, and I don't know why I type hell, so okay, that was funny. So you can see that this is, so I can open it in a text editor, and oops, I opened in Vim, but I like Vim more than Nano. So you can test this. Okay. So I will do cd. If cd will go to the home directory, if you do cd slash also, it will also dash, it's a tilde sign. So you can do that, like I don't know why I inserted two tilde signs here. I hope you have understood that. So that's it, and you can do that. So if I want to copy and paste a file, if I want to copy this file.txt into my new test directory, so I can write cp file.txt. I have pressed the tab key for auto completion, and I can write here after writing a space new test, and press the tab key, and if I press enter and cd into the new test directory and press an ls, you can see file.txt here. So I can get the content here, that yeah, you can see that hello is the content of the file. I can do a cd to back in the home directory, and if I want to go to desktop, I believe coding playground, and these are my files here. So if I want to go to desktop, I can do cd dot dot, it will go to the desktop instead of the home directory. Another cd dot dot will go to the home directory. So I will do an ls, and you can see I have the file.txt. If I want to move this file.txt into my test directory, so I can do, that's a cut paste thing, not copy paste. So I can do mv. So if I want to do a cut paste, I can do mv file.txt, and if I want to do in the test directory, I can do test and do an auto completion by tab key. So I have moved that file. If I do an ls, I have no file.txt anymore. So it is in a test directory right now. And if I do an ls, oops, actually that's file.txt in here. Actually I made a new directory for that, new test ls. Actually it should be here, but I have no problems in that. So if I want to remove a file, here for instance I want to remove that hell file. So if I do an rm and auto completion, you know also that with the tab key, it's very great if you use user for fast work. You can do not need to type that. So if I do an rm hell and press enter, I do not have the hell file anymore. If I do an ls, you can see I am currently having the file.txt also. So if I do cd ls, and yeah, you can see that also. So for any instance, I can remove a directory also. So if I just move to new test and do an ls, yeah, if I also remove that file.txt from here, and if I need to delete this new test directory, I can do rmdir new test, it will delete the new test directory, but it will only remove a empty directory, not a non-empty directory. If the file has if the folder has containing some files, folder, etc., it will not delete it. So if I do, you can see my test directory actually was having some stuff in that, so actually it will not remove. So if I do rmdir test, it will give an error because the directory is not empty right now. So if I want to remove a directory, so if I do rm minus rf and write test, it will remove the test directory also. So actually it is a very dangerous command, because you can also wipe out your root directory which has all having your important files. You can't even boot in your system. So think twice while writing this command and write, because it doesn't give any warning. This is not a shortcut that you will go to the trash folder and there is no trash in that. Yeah, it removes it permanently. So if you are aware that actually this you need to write this command, then only write that. Okay, so think twice while writing rm minus rf, because I have run this command in a virtual machine actually, and found out that actually I can't even boot into it, because it was showing a dash type of symbol. We will do experiment this feature, but just for the case, you can't remove a root directory. It's a very important directory for a system. So rm minus rf you I have understand, and that's the basic things. I hope you have understood that. If I want to kill something, so for instance I have opened my file manager which name is pcmanfm. So if I want to kill it, if I will kill it or close it, so I can write kill pcmanfm, and actually it will kill okay, actually this argument should be in a job id. So how can you see the job id? First of all, you need to install a system monitor on your system. Basically Windows have a task manager in that, which is a GUI tool. If you want to do that in a CLI tool, there's a great tool called htop. So you can, if you are on a Debian based distribution like Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Pop OS, etc., you can do a sudo apt get install and htop. Okay, if you are on a Arch based distribution, you can do sudo pacman -s htop. That's what I'm running now, because I'm on a Arch based distribution, but actually it is on my system because I use it. So I do not need to reinstall it. And if I do an htop, I can see my job IDs for here also, and the job IDs are here. You can see PID. So I need to find for pcmanfm. It is not a very large application, large heavy resource. I don't know how I can find that actually. So pcmanfm actually having troubles in the finding, so I've been multiple instances of that, because so it can use a more RAM. Actually it's not more than OBS Studio. Actually it is so I think so it is open Thunar, I think so. Is it Thunar? Oh yeah, I thought I was opening pcmanfm. Actually it is opening Thunar. Okay, I don't know, but yeah, you can see the Thunar. So if I do an F9, you can see it from here, F9, and press enter for at signum. You can see I have killed. Actually I have killed only one instance of that. If I want to kill all, so I can go to the top, I think so, because now it is now it is using more RAM than usual. Yeah, so you can see Thunar here. I can actually copy the PID of that, which is I don't know where it is. Actually it is 145159. So if I do 11459 and I don't remember. So if I do a kill all Thunar, actually it killed all the instances of Thunar. That's it. If you want to kill all instances, then you can write kill all. There's another tool called xkill, I believe. So I'm not opening with Thunar right now. So if I do xkill, it will show this type of prompt. It sometimes a cross also. So if I click on that, it will not remove that. I don't know why it is very dangerous type of sign, but if you click instance of that, it will kill that, and it is also a very good tool. So you can use that also, but it is not necessary because you can also kill it by like the normal keyboard shortcuts. But if you are not able to close it for some reason, once I was having problem in library. It's a video not editing, it's a video publishing tool like YouTube. I don't know, I was not able to kill that, so I use the xkill or my htop to close that. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't kill, but if it doesn't kill, you can use htop because it will force quit or it or you can also use kill all or kill function also. And that's it for this video. I hope you like the video, and now we'll be preferring sometimes the terminal emulator also for your commands. So that's the basic commands that I need to know. I need to tell you, and these are universal on all operating system. If you are any distribution that you are using right now, if you have if you are having some tools like htop and stuff, because ls, these are very common things. I can it can be more advanced also. There's another command like wget, which is used for downloading stuff, and yeah, there are many commands. So first of all, and last thing I want to tell, that you can read man pages also. So you can see ls has many flags like this: ls minus l, ls minus la, ls minus lah, and many more. So you can you read the man page of that. If you write man ls, and you can see the synopsis, description, and it's a very good tool to see about what a tool can do. If you want to do for ls or cd also, sorry, actually I had cd, it's also there. There are many tools, but you can man pages are very good, useful stuff. You don't know about a tool, and obviously there are many tools for that. If this is my wallpaper setter called nitrogen. I don't know what are the flag for that. So if I do man nitrogen, I can see nitrogen. It's a background previewer and setter. I can see if I want to restore my wallpaper, so I can see minus restore. Like you can see a lot more. So man pages are very good stuff, and that's for this video. Thanks for watching.